Hey, this is Mari from Swords and Soulmates, which, if you don't know, is our podcast. I'm one of the hosts on there. We basically read, watch, and discuss sci fi and fantasy stories spiced with romance and ask whether or not it's a kissing book. But today I'm not here to talk about the podcast, and it is just me. I basically just wanted to go through and talk about some summer reads. I did a post, but still, it's nice to see it. First one I have is The Bees. It is by Laline Paul. It was written in like 2014. It's an older book. Main character is Flora 717, sanitation worker. It looks like it would be a like scientific book, but yeah, it's basically fantasy, but they're all bees. And I can't tell you more without spoiling. But if you enjoy fantasy, if you like bees, if you want something a little different, I highly recommend this book. Next little summer read I have is O King Holly King by Sebastian Nothwell. We love Sebastian Nothwell. This is a male story set in like Victorian era where you have the world with the Fae kind of intersecting with England, Victorian England. And it's a beautiful love story. There's also two books out as sequels. They're like short stories. One that just came out very recently. Highly suggest checking this one out. And the third one I have in the little fantasy area grouping I have is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. We've done an episode on O King Holly King. Put that up here. Whatever episode number it was. Sorry, can't remember. And then we've also done an episode on The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This one has like fantasy vibes, but like beachy, summery vibes. It is makes you want to read by the beach and eat lots and lots of like raspberry jam. It's a love story, but it's also like friendship and a little fantasy and cozy, and it's a fun read. Okay, other than the fantasy stuff, we also have some monster romance. Um, I have A Leap into Faith by Rain Tetra. This is a monster romance plus size podcaster goes to basically in search of, she's got a podcast about cryptids, and she goes in search of the Bowler Frogman cryptid and ends up finding that there's a world of monsters. Monsters are real. And there's a love story, and there's a lot of like cute summer activities by the lake, in a lake house kind of vibe. The other monster romance like summer recommendations that we have is Don't Eat Your Human Boyfriend by Lily Mayne. I'm going to put it up here because I don't have the physical copy. This is set in the 80s, and it takes place, a lot of it, in like a mall food court. It's prime 80s summer vibes. Um, it's sweet. There's a ghoul human relationship. It feels like a period piece because it feels very 80s. If any of that appeals to you for summer vibes, go for it. The next one I have, also I don't have a physical copy of yet, but I need to get, is The Scarecrow's Queen. I'm going to put that up here, by Naomi Lucas and Mel Braxton. That one came out like 2023. It is a, oh, how to describe this? So a human, she inherits land and house, like a farm in the middle of nowhere. And that's one of the main characters. The other main character is a scarecrow that's come to life. And he basically wants to protect this land and wants to make sure that this new owner or whatever keeps up the pact or the contract with the Crow King, to keep everything going. So even though you think scarecrow, you might think fall vibes. The story actually takes a good place. A good place of it takes place in like the summer, because it starts with like having to keep the crops alive and seed the crops and, you know, water them during the drought and all these things to get to the fall vibe. So the majority of it has a lot of summer kind of feel leading up into it. It's my first Naomi Lucas book I've read. She's more well known for her Naga brides, like Alien, Naga Alien brides, which are really good. I haven't finished them yet, but they're really good. But I still think of all the books of hers I read, this is my favorite one. It's a standalone. It's just a sweet story, but also weird, and entertaining and fun, which is exactly what I want out of my monster romance. And the last one I have for Monster Romance Summer Vibes is Dating and Dismemberment by A.L. Brody. We have also done a podcast episode of this. I'll put Dating and Dismemberment up here, and I'll put whatever the podcast number was up here. Um, the main characters are the Duchess of Death and Jarko. So basically, this is a monster love story between monster. It takes place in like a summer camp, and these are like the slashers, monsters in these slasher summer films that we kind of have vibes for. That you feel like watching in the summer. The ones that maybe aren't human, you're not sure, get stabbed 15 times, dropped off a building, etc., and still keep on ticking. So you have the Duchess of Death. She's got her area, and then Jarko moves into her territory, and there's some enemies, antagonistic situation going on until there isn't. It's a really sweet, interesting story. There's a lot of other characters in it, and there's an interesting world that the author's created. I don't think he's done anything else. This is by A.L. Brody. I don't think he's done anything else in that genre. He writes other genres, other books, but I don't think he's done any others of this, and I hope he continues to, because it was a really fun summer vibes read. So, summer's not my favorite time of year. You guys probably know that if you know me or if you've heard the podcast. But what do? We try and make it as fun as we can, with some summer reading vibes, trying to romanticize it and make it a fun thing to get through rather than melting for a whole season. Do you have any summer reads that you enjoy that you would recommend? Please let us know. Comments down below. And that's it. See you guys next time. Bye.